Hi people, so I'm recording this on New Year's Eve 2023. Before 2024 starts, I want to look back on this year, on my year with the game Achroma, relive some of the highlights, see what some of your highlights are, talk about a couple of the worries I had recently, but how some of the new announcements have just absolutely filled me with enthusiasm for this new year. So I've already done a video on how I discovered Achroma when I found it at the Birmingham Games Expo. Immediately fell in love with the artwork, the unique gameplay, and then shortly later the community, the Discord, and just the general vibe and feeling of Achroma. Shortly after I started, it was Salem season, and seeing everyone split into their teams of Chroma and Achroma and fight it out is probably the best part of this game, when the narrative events happen and you see that rivalry and people who play both sides. So Chroma won that with the Salem, and shortly after, Conjuring of Curdle Cove came out. For me, I think this is maybe the best release that's happened at all so far. Great storyline, great characters, great art, really fun and strong keywords. Obviously, curse and secrets being the top of those. I loved getting those. I loved unboxing it, and that's when I started doing content as well. And I've just really enjoyed making content and geeking out with other people in the Discord. I would have to say the 24-hour charity live stream has got to be one of the top of all year's activities. That was done by Charlie. Him and just everyone done some amazing work fundraising for Dexter's Arc. We tiered all the cards together, which was really fun, and I hope we carry on doing that. And we just played games all throughout the night. I say we, it was Charlie and the community. I set an alarm for about 3 o'clock to come and play some games. But just going in and out of watching that and seeing the overall success of that was an amazing highlight. Unfortunately, I didn't make it to any tournaments myself. Definitely to do for 2024. But I've been living quite vicariously through others, watching them, play and win and have fun. We saw Echo and Lewis create Raiders and take that to the grand tournament, and we see Lewis win, and did Echo come third? But yeah, the creation and the beginning of the epic story of Raiders was a really game-changing moment. Sadistic won the big prize draw. I can't remember where that was. That wasn't the official tournament, but he won that dressed as a fisherman. That was a big moment. I definitely hope to get more involved with going down to Poole and going to the tournaments and meeting up with more people next year. But around those times, the last Snow Dragons of Alteri came out. Really big release. Some of my favourite legendaries in the game, especially the Ice God Halula. I'm probably butchering pronunciations, but such a strong figure. And the keyword freeze, maybe the strongest keyword in all of Achroma. That was a really fun release to happen. Then I got invited into the Achroma Guild and got a ticket bought for me for Comic-Con. I've got a video about all of that, where I opened up my gift bundle pack they gave me. That was one of my highlights in life, just personally. It was so good to feel involved, to be gifted, to be interviewed, to meet the team, to play with the community. Like I said, the first opportunity I had to meet a lot of people face to face. That was just the momentum of Achroma, and my own personal experience was just peaked there. Unfortunately, it felt like it kind of went stagnant after that from my end. And this might not all be true ultimately, but I felt like not much has happened with the guild so far since. The showcase had to get cancelled. We haven't seen anything happen with our interviews. Charlie had to leave as community coordinator. I hope he comes back. The modifiers came in, and that really split people's opinions on whether they liked that or not, whether it's connected or not. Some people seem to sell their cards and leave. Just general communication with the community, and definitely from the team, all slowed down. However, still loads of passionate community members, new content creators smashing it. We had the release of Dexter's Dragon Riders, which is a brilliant starter pack. We're going to see so many new people come into the game, being able to learn it through that. And we all got new mechanics of dragon riding, new dragons, new drakes. That was definitely a big release that they done. Of course, a lot of stuff's been happening with Legends and the RPG as well. And yeah, the other tournaments were still happening during that time, so it didn't really slow down. And we've just had some big announcements of how I think the momentum's going to go even more way up in the new year. So we had a message saying how they value that communication of the Discord community and how they wish to keep that going. So it'd be good if, obviously, if Charlie can come back, or if the team can carry on like the live streams and the weekly updates and whatever. We also got told the modifiers have been paused for a while and they'll be revisited. It's good to hear they've heard people's feedback. I think the modifiers are basically like slightly different rules that were meant to change like each tournament, and I think that's kind of a good idea, to be honest, in the tournament level. I just never played it in friendly games at home. It felt really sudden for a lot of people, just to, this is now the rules. But now it's paused. I guess that period can be looked at as the play testing. And I personally think it could be like a separate game mode where at home you choose to play it or not, like you would anyway. And tournaments, you know, they might have certain tournaments or certain nights that says, right, this is a modified league or this is an unmodified league, perhaps. But anyway, the biggest announcement is that the pre-orders for Secrets of Sparta has just come out. Sparta Chapter 2. This is huge news. I mean, we was expecting it anyway, but I think it's such a popular realm. And the tiny sneak peeks we've already seen just makes the story look like it's going to get really fun again. The gameplay really fun again. The artwork. And it's made me have those original tingles of dopamine that I first had with the game. Really excited for that to come out. So as always, a bit of shameless self-promotion of my 10% discount code. If you want to pre-order that or buy anything from Achroma.games, you can use my code PLAYINACHROMA in the checkout and it'll get you 10% off. But I think that's everything I wrote down. That's just been the whole year. And yeah, I'm full of enthusiasm for next year. I'm full of excitement. I'm still in love with the game. And